Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. It is a very beautiful Thursday morning here, and I am glad to come your way again. Dear friend, yes, Chelsea won the game last night. Last night against Leeds United. We won. It is very true. We won the game 3-2. But was it a convincing performance for you? For me, no. And that is why even this morning I woke up. I'm supposed to be excited that we won the game, but I am not, because it wasn't a convincing performance. Yet I believe that there were many factors that played into the game. One factor was fatigue and tiredness. Played into the game last night. Against Leeds, we all know that Leeds are a tough opponent. They are tough opponents. They are Chelsea's rival. When it comes to Leeds and Chelsea, it dates back to history. We understand that very clearly. But we also know that currently, Chelsea as a football club, we are supposed to be doing far better than we are doing right now. And that is a disappointment that most of us we are having. And that is the reason why me coming your way this morning. Yes, we won. We qualified. Our next opponent is going to be Leicester. Yes, we are moving on. The FA Cup. Can we win the FA Cup? Well, we wait to see. Sometimes, even in great tournaments like World Cup, some teams might have a bad start, but they end up winning. Like we saw in the AFCON, Africa Cup of Nations. Ivory Coast had a bad start. Even in the middle of the tournament, they sacked their coach, yet they ended up winning the cup. So we cannot say never. In football, anything can still happen. And that is why we need to continue to support our team, our squad. And I, for one, I am never going to give up on my club, Chelsea. It is Chelsea and it will remain Chelsea. Yes. I can only pray and hope that our owners will begin to do the right thing starting from now. I can only pray and hope that my coach, Pochettino, will begin to do the right thing from now. Poch has spoken after the game yesterday, and he pointed out a few things. He made mention of Modric. He said Modric has amazing talent, but he needs to understand that football is a collective sport. You put your talent in the service of the team. For that, you need time, but it's not only Modric. He said it's not only Modric in this level. He continued. He said there are a few other players, because they are so young, they sometimes forget they need to recover their positions, press and work hard. Of course, it is important to score to build his confidence. It is important he scored to build his confidence. I agree perfectly. But we saw the performance of Modric yesterday. He played a new role totally from what we know him to be assigned to. Yesterday, Pochettino gave Modric a new role, number 10 role. He took over the position of Conor Gallagher. And in fact, that is where right now, I want to suggest that in our next game against Brentford, in the Premier League, on Saturday, I will still want Modric to play that number 10 role so that Gallagher can take a rest. Yes, it is very clear that some of the players, they need rest. Poch made it clear in part of the press conference that most of the players, he said, Pochettino, he said, I have to tell you, Cole Palmer was sick. Chilwell with some problems, and Gallagher also. They are tired. They are human. Their body, their system. Even though we're not playing the Champions League, yeah, it's part of it. From the beginning of the season till now, they're not used to playing game every two days. But right now, playing games every two days is having effect on them. Maybe from now onward, their system will begin to develop the stamina, the strength, the ability to withstand. 3 games in a week, 3 games in 7 days. He said, Cole Palmer was sick. Chilwell with some problems, and Gallagher also. But yet, he still brought them in second half. Otherwise, the game would have ended it would have been a different story. Thank God Gallagher came on that last minute with all the challenges according to the coach, yet delivered the last goal for us, the winning goal for us. He said, look at Enzo and Moise Caicedo. They are playing and playing and playing, and we don't have the players to give some rest. That is also true. Right now, going into the weekend, I will expect even Enzo to be given rest. Yeah. I will expect Enzo to be given a rest if possible. Even Moise Caicedo, you could see clearly the guy, for me, he's a monster. The game we play against Manchester City, what he did, he was being knocked down here and there, his knee. Then we now faced Liverpool. In that game, we saw him, he was being knocked here and there. I am like, this guy, his legs, then yesterday, he was still dominating the midfield. He did quite well. To be honest, looking at the kind of games we played the past 1 week plus, and for Moise Caicedo and Enzo to dominate that midfield. In fact, I have a special episode I'm preparing for Enzo and Caicedo in that midfield, for that midfield role. It is very clear that fatigue played a role in last night's game. He said, Enzo and Moe, they are playing and playing and playing, and we don't have players to give some rest. This is where assuming Romeo Lavia is fit. Dear friend, the truth of the matter is, look, that is Moedric, you can see on the screen there, on IG, on his Instagram. He said, human clock is always in a rush. God's clock is always on time. Human clock is always in a rush. God's clock is always on time, according to Makailo Moedric. Well, that number 10 role really fits him. And going forward, I will expect him to play more on that role. Yeah. Listen to what he said. Fatigue is visible. Hopefully, fatigue is visible on the players. Hopefully, Poch will rest Enzo on the weekend. Gallagher can take Enzo's position. Yeah, that is what I wrote down. Gallagher could play Enzo's role, which he does perfectly well. And probably another game for Moedric as number 10, so that Enzo can rest. Let's keep rotating it that way. Now that Gallagher had a rest, he didn't play the full 90 minutes. Enzo can also relax. Gallagher will come in. Then in the next one, we can continue to rotate until even Caicedo could also get a rest somewhere along the line. So then we can rest Caicedo in the upcoming weeks as well. These two guys, Enzo and Caicedo, they've been playing every game week in, week out. And injury may not be too far if we don't give them rest. Injury may not be too far if we don't give them rest. So we will have to find a way of resting these two. We won the game. Now we are in the next round of the FA Cup. It's good. That is great. It is great, dear friend. Finally, before I let you go, this is your breakfast. Before I let you go, Pochettino, speaking on the rumors about European sport, crucial to stay as Chelsea manager. Do you get that? Speaking on the rumors that European sport is crucial to he continuing to stay in Chelsea. That if Chelsea miss out on the European sport, his job, will be over at Chelsea. This is the answer he said. He asked, who said that? Who said that? That my job, I'm giving European sport to qualify. Otherwise, I'll be losing my job in Chelsea. He said, who said that? He said, is that being said by the sporting directors and the owners? He said, no, I don't remember. I don't. Dear friend, well, he will always be confident about his relationship with the directors and the owners. But when the time comes and he will have to fire, then that is how it has always been with every coach. You will always be confident of your job, your position, because they must give you the full support until when they realize that you are not delivering. That is how it is, dear friend. Well, let me leave you here. I shall be back with more exclusives in the next few hours. Shalom and peace.